Come on. Come on.
Yes, the boys, welcome back to another video. This is the best time of the week. Sunday morning UFC. Reminded the Monday boys for checking. They're all set. Everyone's replied to. Watch UFC main card. Early doors. No adverts. Not the best card, but let's see what happens, boys. Made 4 picks. Let's see if I'm right. We've got Bruno Ferreira first. Watch him chin him now, right now. Get up. Jesus. This is why it's best thing in the world, boys. Oh my days. First round I've watched. Oh. Jesus. Always the best cards they are. Like that was just a random fight night. They are always the best. Everyone just after bonuses. Unreal. I've been shouting as always. So we've got some application responses to fire out. They've just come through yesterday, so I'm just going to send them out then, and then we're going to get into meal 1. So if you do want your application response, like we've got the goal, what we're struggling with, how we can help, go into the description of this video, go into the bio at any time on any socials, and it's all there. And then I will be back to you like I'm going to be right now. So let's get this over, and then we'll get into some scram. But we're going to see what we get up to now. Just with growing and chilling, doing whatever, boys. So it's times like this, fellas, I have to remind myself how much I wanted a house before I had a house. Because with a house comes a lot of house things. There is a skip right there because the garden's getting done. I'll show you the update on the garden. I showed you how grim it was looking last video. So I've got to go and buy this. Like, what even is this? Do you know what I mean? If it's not on your to-do list to go and buy this, then be very grateful. Because right now, I need this. It's the top for a hose pipe. So that is not a good job, is it? And this is what I mean, boys. When you forget how much you wanted a house, doing things like this ain't great. So we've got to go and see if we can find one of these. Whether we can or not, we shall see. But that's on the Sunday jobs, boys. So let's go see if I can find that. Because I probably can't. Also, boys, we are 4 weeks out from starting with the new coach as well. So spoke to him yesterday. We're ready to roll. We're going to jump on another call just before we start that. 3,200 calories we're sitting on now on the training day. Just over 3,250. So I'm sitting around them 85s, which is where, like, I feel like, do you know, just that set point where your body's pretty happy and like you can train well. I think that for me is like them 85s. Pushing past that, now it's whether he wants a little tidy up before that or not. I'm not sure yet what we're gonna need, but whatever he thinks best, that's what we're gonna go with. I'm honestly open to it. Like, that's the whole reason now, even though I've been coaching for 8 years, that's the whole reason why I want a coach now, because I want somebody to make them decisions for me. Like, I don't want to make them decisions anymore. So that is literally the reason why I want a coach, so I don't have to worry, oh, shall we push up, shall we pull down? Like, I've got that emotional attachment there. I want that to be laid out for me and have, right, Luke, you're doing this. Like, that's it. So that's why it's difficult. Getting somebody who I can trust to do that is the hard thing for me with being a coach myself. But I feel like we're in a good position where that is going to happen now. So we're very much looking forward to that, boys. I think it's going to be a big old year once everything's set. Right, boys. We've got the steps hack on the go as well. Still got 10k steps to do on a rest day. So you can see, your boy's got to go to B&Q, mate. And it's a fair trek away. That is the OG steps hack. If you've got steps to do and you aren't on that, boys, parking further away, like, I mean, come on. That's like That's the OG step pack of all OG step packs. Right, can I find a better one of these? Let's see, fellas. Right, number one tip, boys, for getting the stuff done. By the way, don't know if this is going to work, fellas. I don't know anything about taps, boys. Do you know what I mean? Why would I? Right, the to-do list is the absolute key. I knew I'd have this time free now. Lucy's busy. So I knew, right, I've got a good 5-hour block to get a lot done. So the absolute key is make sure you've got the to-do list. Like I know now, I need to catch up with all the boys who are doing the shoot 2 weeks today. So I'll show you some of that. I need to make a reel to post today. I've got some food to change over onto Kahunas. And then I've got some sessions to change. And I've got to get Josh set up now. So that is what I'm going to do right now. Part of that is the fuel, boys. So, you already know, for the rest day. I just saved these just to a Sunday now. So this will be a crisp one. So let's get upstairs and I'll show you how we get Josh set up and ready to roll. Breath. Anyone keep saying breath? If I hear something all the time, like I'll do it all the time, like I'll hear a song and then I'll be singing it all day. Or if I hear anything catchy like saying breath, I'll be saying breath all the time, breath. So we've got a white monster breath. And it is glorious, boys. I'm halfway through. So, setting up Josh now, just to give you an insight. So obviously we had a call with Josh. We've got the goal. We want to be pulling off around 4 kilo from start point to then get growing. So we know we need at least 4 weeks for that. So we give 6 weeks. So 6 weeks, I'm very confident if we can get cracking straight away, 4 kilos pulled off and then we're growing, right? So that is how I'll always work things. How much do we need to pull off? That's the time scale. Bang, let's get to work with that. Worst case scenario, we have to add a bit onto that if we're ill or random events pop up, anything. But that's the goal there. So then what we've got is we've got the sessions laid out. What I've got Josh to do, a lot of gyms, and you coaches watching this will understand this one. You search a gym and there's just nothing there. Like you can't see anything that's there. So what Josh has got over to me is just a couple of videos of the kit that's in the gym, which is super, super helpful because when I'm programming, I'm not just putting in like random movements. I want to put in a specific, like that brand chest supported row, that brand chest press, pin loaded chest press, plate loaded chest press. Like I'll never just throw a random program out at someone. So this is what massively helps. So what I'll do now is watch these, get his session set up. Then to set his food up, what Josh has done straight away, which is super valuable, is recorded days of food already. So then I can then look what he's currently eating and build his nutrition plan up around that. So then coming into this week now, Josh has got his days of food set up. He's got his session set up. He's got a nice clear goal. So literally, unless he's being lazy, he is guaranteed to progress. Because I'm just going to be on him. He's got me whenever he needs. We're looking at the training. We've got that there. Soon as we get that data from all of those things, right, okay, is scale weight dropping? No, bang, let's push. We know we need to be close to that, say, kilo a week mark to get done what we want to do in that time. So I'm just going to push him with that. And that's literally it. That is what I do as quickly as possible when somebody joins the team, is get rolling with that. Because I know if Josh nails all of that, he is going to be absolutely flying. And that is essentially how I onboard somebody. That is how it works, and it's genuinely is guaranteeing progress. Like that's why I hate so much, say, the clients in the past who they can't see that there and they think they can't do it. Anybody who has joined the team, tick the boxes with training, tick the boxes with nutrition, communicated well, they get that end result, and that's what I'll show you with the photo shoot, boys. But we will get Josh sorted, and I'm excited. Love a new starter. Absolutely love it. I'm always excited to get cracking. Just sharing a nice Sunday result as well, fellas. This is what Klein got done. Absolutely ridiculous work. And like I said on my post, so if you're not following the IG, Luke Whitney Coach, busy schedule, work hours, nights for Klein. Like it's the first excuse that people make, right? So again, more proof. When you've got structure there, you are fine. You can still nail it. And that is an absolutely massive one. So like I was saying, boys, with the garden, last time it was all just grass. Now they've got like 3 more days to do. What you can see now, the patio is down, right? So we're going to have nice table and chairs there. get that grass done nice. That shed is gonna go over there, but it's much, much better. So when it's done, Euros time. We've got the telly in here. Have that there. Get a barbecue on the go. We'll be flying, mate. Right, let's see, boys. Wherever put my little tap thing. Let's see if I've bought the right one, fellas. Probably haven't. Don't know what I'm doing with stuff like this. But we'll see, won't we? Why is there one on there already? Mate, clueless. Clueless. You can get up there, boys. Would you have a look at this? Look at this, boys. Look at this. No splashing this time, mate. Last one was trying to have me pants down. Now, mate, just look at the dribble, boys. You know what I'm saying? Right, I need to unscrew this on, boys. Yes, now, of course, bro, it is very normal, mate, for some body fat around the midsection to come on, like, at this point we're at now. Because you've got to think, mate, we've been pushing up for a decent bit. As we push up and as we stay in that surplus, we're obviously going to be slightly softer than when you were at your absolute leanest. But you can see we're growing a hell of a lot of tissue as well. And your waist is still super tight. So yeah, don't worry, we're in control. This is why we go for a nice, slow approach. At the oats, boys, because I still get asked about the oats all the time. Literally, water, raisins, oats, microwave, that's it. Whey paste, just water and whey. Peanut butter to go on top, frozen fruit from Aldi. And then in this now, I just put my protein flavour drop. So right now we've got the cheesecake flavour. And that literally is all I do. So flavour drops in there, whey paste on top, fruit on top, peanut butter on top. And I'll show you what that looks like now. We have it, boys. The finished product. Fruit in the middle, peanut butter, whey paste around the side, oats obviously underneath. Absolutely 10 out of 10 every single time. So I like this on a rest day because this is my favourite meal. I can actually sit down and enjoy it without rushing. I'm usually always rushing to go and train. I eat this meal in my car. So, you already know, we sit down, we get the YouTube on. I usually can only do this for meal one, but on a rest day, I do enjoy this one. So we have got the big man. We like a Cuba day in the life. So we'll sit and we will enjoy the greatest bowl of all time. We'll take a picture of it first and put it on my story, but then we'll eat it. Glorious. Tell you a major key as well, boys. Get, again, 0 calories. This is get the lowest sugar, cordial juice, whatever you want to call it. So I get apple and blackcurrant one. Put a little bit in sparkling water, out the fridge. Trust me, especially if you're dieting right now. I'm not dieting, I just love this as a drink. Just breaks it up a little bit. I just like a bit of fizz. So that is a key, especially if you're dieting. Get on the sparkling waters. Major key! Right, work time. Catch up with the shoot boys now. That is the main thing. Because the first team shoot is 2 weeks today. 14 days away. So everyone is on point from where they need to be. I will show you all of those boys now. I'm just basically going to send them all a video now, kind of going through like all the ins and outs, the little nitty gritty bits that we need to know in terms of like timings, kind of what the game plan is going to be on the day and stuff like that. So then everyone's set. Massive thing with a shoot when we are trying to peak for a certain day is that stress is as low as possible. That is one area where I went wrong last time. I was getting this house when I was doing my shoot, and being self-employed with the time frame we had, oh, it was just so stressful. Like ridiculously stressful. Like the look, I was pretty happy with the pictures, but I just know I can look so much better. So that's why next year, when it comes to beating that, I'm so confident I can do that. I just need to have everything locked in and less just stress. Like, you'll know if you're self-employed, like, oh God, it was such a nightmare sorting this out. So having all of that to sort, like we had to hurry up, and the pressure of doing that self-employed as well and being on the shoot, 1,700 calories, like all that, oh. It was rough, but it showed me how hard I'm actually willing to push, because I know, you know, anything worse than that, I wouldn't be dieting. It's ridiculous. So I know now how hard I can push. And that's a very, very good feeling knowing that I've got that in the locker, because I did have to honestly, I was talking to Lucy about it yesterday. We were just looking back at that. Oh, God, it was horrendous. So if you are going through a bit of a sticky one like that now, boys, grind through it, I promise you, because you will then know how hard you can push, which is a very, very good feeling. So I thought it was about time, boys, we got outside and got some steps in. If you are pushing food, I promise you, keep a decent amount of steps in, right? Because number one, you want to get outside anyway, in terms of just not being stuck indoors all the time. Circadian rhythm, sleep is a massive one. From a digestion standpoint as well, I promise you, if you're eating a lot of food, you will digest that food so much better when you're actually moving around, right? So I can get too soft too quick, and that digestion can go if I'm not careful. So that's why this time around now we're keeping that expenditure higher than it usually is at this point, just so I can make sure then I keep on top of that. So that's why steps are at 10k for me. So I've just done literally a good 6k. I was live on TikTok. I do genuinely love jumping on there. Like, some of the questions you get are funny, but I do genuinely love answering them. Like, if I have a good 10-20 questions to just rip through, I do absolutely love that. That is something that I do genuinely enjoy. Like, I don't see that as work in the slightest if I'm just answering questions with that. So always any questions as well, boys, if you got them, bang them in the comments on here, and I'll be straight to them. Or obviously, if you want to ask me them directly, just give me a message on Instagram is the best place, and I'll be back to you. So yeah, 10k steps are in today. It's 5, so I'm going to get back and eat the good old beef and rice meal, but it is a rest day, so food is slightly lower just from carbohydrates. So essentially just the carbs I have around training are a little bit lower and a bit less room to play with at the end of the day, but nothing crazy, nothing I like notice as such, so that's absolutely fine. Appetite is in a very good spot, and food's the highest it's been for a while. So I was 85 again this morning, which is a pretty good spot for me to be in, to be fair. And boys as well, let me know if you like the random vids, because when I go into a video without a topic, sometimes it feels like I'm just wasting time. We're just genuinely sharing what I do as I grow the physique, and I grow the coaching team as well, because the goal with the coaching team, we've got Cody on board. I want the best natural coaching company in the country. Like, that is what I've always said, and that is still the goal now. So if you followed me from the PT days, obviously no longer gym floor at all, fully online, and now we're building the team. So that is the goal. With the results we've got now, everything we've got in place, we want the best in the country, and then we go best in the world. That's the goal. Why not? Why not? In terms of natural coaching and still being able to be a normal lad but still get some sick results, we want to be the place to be. I feel like we are the place to be now. So that's the goal. So that's what I mean, just the day-to-day stuff of what I'm doing to make sure we're there. That is essentially what this channel is. So as much value as I can give in that as possible. And of course, my physique is a big part of that as well. So that is why I've still got big goals for what I want to do. So as always, any questions with any of that, fire them away. I'll get the steps boxed off, and then we'll eat some beef. Quick tip as well, fellas. If your rice isn't digesting well and you're just making like normal rice like I am now, like basmati rice, make sure you wash it. Like, I put the tap on hot, wash that right the way through. My rice did not used to digest well, and I thought it was just rice, but it wasn't. It's because I wasn't washing the rice. So wash your rice and it will be absolutely fine. So we're going to bang that now. Meal 4. So again, you know the score, boys. The tomatoes, the lettuce, the rice, the sriracha. Absolutely glorious. But literally, boys, like, if you need to make rice, 15 minutes done. If you needed to make that for 3 of your meals, 15 minutes, job done, and then you can literally spread that out. Rice is the easiest thing in the world. So if you need an easy carb source, boys, just literally use that. Cheap as well. It's like what, £1.50 for that bag of basmati rice. Kilo of rice, Aldi. Save yourself time. Cooks in 10 minutes. Easy work, boys. So stop making excuses. Get yourself sorted. So we give this a nice mix, and then we get the sriracha. It is very minimal cows, and I'll tell you what's even less cows as well is salsa. I'll show you that. That is one you can use. So we're going to go for a sprinkle of the sriracha as normal. Bang, 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 bang. And then we'll go for a tiny little bit of this salsa. The smallest bit, because me and Lucy do use that a little bit. But as a rest day treat, there is literally like nothing in salsa. So that is a massive. Again, boys, if you are dieting, I'm not dieting. I keep talking like I'm dieting. But if you are dieting, salsa is elite. And then you already know, you should be picking up on the meals by now. When we come into this meal, the dark choc square that's in the freezer, elite. And we've got a nice Ian Valier podcast. So we take our place again, fellas. Get that down us. Routine is elite. I'll give you a taste test. Didn't have a taste test before. Cheers, boys.
And Chris was winning. Was there ever a point in your mind where you're like, I don't want to do this kind of thing? Like he's already.
Oh yeah. One thing I'll always have as well now, boys, is after 4 is decaf coffee. I don't mind instant coffee like that. I'll put a little nice flavour drop in there, and then just have the almond milk. So if you are after 4 o'clock, for most people, I'd cut caffeine away, depending on what time you go to bed. So caffeine has a half-life of 7 hours. So essentially, if you have 350 milligrams of caffeine, you're going to have about 150, 175 floating around the system for up to around 7 hours after that, right? Essentially. So what we don't want is that within 7 hours of bed, because even if you can get to sleep, you might not be able to get into REM sleep, your dream sleep, your deep sleep. So if you're feeling tired, but then you're having caffeine because you feel tired, you're just causing that. So have a cut-off point for your caffeine. For me, that's always 4 o'clock. So it is now getting on 6 o'clock. So I'll make sure anything I now have is decaf, and then I'm all good. Morning, boys. You know it's a good day. Checking block 1 done. We're going down for meal 1. And we've got a brand new, we've got a brand new Patrick Vieira. Stick to football. Oh, it's lovely. I'm going to talk you through shortly if we're on track to hit the New Year goals. So if you're slacking, I'll give you a kick up the arse to get yours done as well. Stick to footy, meal 1. Beautiful. So I just wrapped up Nav's check-in there, and I want to share this with you because this is ridiculously important, right? So Nav's just completed his first 12-week block, right? So that is 12 weeks, block 1 of that gaining phase from left to right. So in that time, Nav is 4 pounds up, right? So he's 4 pounds up in scale weight within 12 weeks. Conditions still bang on, chest, delts, arms, backs come up tremendously well. We've been progressing that training. His food has come up from 2,000 to 3,000. So we've got all that data now. So we know, right, 2,000, 3,000, 12 weeks, 4 pounds up. So rather than just pushing him, say we were spending the next year in a gain phase, right? Rather than just pushing aimlessly, I've put him into block 2 now because we know, right, from block 1, I can push him a little bit harder. And we can drive that a little bit more because we've had some weeks where scale weight has stayed around the same. Yes, we've pushed, but we probably can push a little bit more. Or we look at it as now he's moving. He's 164 pounds from 160. So this is probably even better now to try and stop that body fat getting out of control as we push further into the gaining phase. So it's just very valuable data. And that's why, boys, never like aimlessly just push up in your gaining phases. Like
I really do recommend putting them into blocks. Like say I have a 12-week block. Say if we were 167 and then we were looking a little bit soft, I'd say, right, we probably need to slow this down a little bit, otherwise it's going to get out of hand. So 100% get your gaining phases, boys, split into blocks, because you do the same with a diet phase. Like say you've got 16 weeks of dieting and you'd hit for that point. So you're going to spend longer in a gaining phase. That's why I like to break it up so you can assess training, assess condition, where's food at, where's appetite at, how much have you gained, all of that, and then absolutely smash block 2, block 3. You know, I've got some of the boys who are into block 4 of a gaining phase and smashing that, right? So it is very, very productive, and that is 100% something.
Oh yes, boys, we just wrapped up a naughty little push session. It was actually very, very good. So what are we now? January, February, March, April, May, June. Pretty much halfway through the year. So at the start of the year, I made goals. So I'm going to run you through exactly where I'm at in terms of them goals, boys. And to be fair, we've made a good start to them. So one of them was a financial goal in terms of, from a business side of things, what we're bringing in compared to last year. That is already on track to get hit 100%. Another one, so one of them was to visit 3 countries. We've already hit 2, so we're in a good spot when it comes to that one. So that's good. The next one was a successful client shoot for my guys first, which I have got in 2 weeks. So very much looking forward to that. That will be the first team shoot. That is a big one that we want to get nailed as well. So from a business standpoint and from a coaching, just being the best coach I can possibly be standpoint, so looking at myself as a coach and a team standpoint, we're very much on track with what I wanted to do. The next one was to get Cody in a specific spot with his coaching on the Coaching Coliseum team, and we've already smashed that. So probably smashed that in the first like 2 months. So very, very, very happy with that. To be honest, that was probably like my main one. Like, take a financial side out of it. Of course, it's a business and you need to be aware of those things, but getting Cody in a good spot and starting to build that team was like number 1 for me. And we're definitely doing that. So that's amazing. So I'm buzzing with that one. The next one is put 3K subs on YouTube. Now we're not even at the 2K, boys. So if you are watching this, please subscribe, because we need to at least hit that 2K. We'll go for the 3K still, but I'd take a nice 2K. I've been as consistent as I said I would be. I've said we're getting at least a video every week, and we've been on that, if not more. So I can't do too much more than that. So yeah, please let me get to that 2K, boys. I really appreciate it. So those are the main ones. Like that's the main thing from a business and a YouTube standpoint. And then the other one is obviously my own physique, and that's to essentially make sure I'm set up with a coach and make sure I'm having like the most productive gaining phase that I've had, because I won't be in like the best shape I've ever been in this year, because I'll be dieting down next year, if that makes sense. So this year is kind of setting the foundations up for that and being patient with that, which I am doing, and I want to even more so be in like a really good spot with that. So they're the goals, boys. They're what we've got locked in, and we're very much on track. So if you don't have any goals like that, make sure you set them, because you'll start to get stuck and you'll start to get anxiety and all this stuff when you're like not organized and you're not pushing somewhere. Like you'll see, I've got what, 3, 4, 5 things there that I'm constantly pushing towards every single day. And I'm trying to, like I said in one of the previous clips, I'm trying to build the best natural coaching business in the world, in the country. So that is what I'm waking up every day to do. So if you're not waking up every day to do something, and that's, you know, the tree, the branches of that are the other coaches on the team, taking care of my clients, of course, taking care of my own physique, of course, making sure I stay in a good spot, making sure I still have a good time outside of that and can lead from the front with doing that and managing that. So it's all of that, boys, and that's essentially how you stay in a good positive mindset, because I've got that greater goal. So no matter how I feel when I wake up in the morning, I'm getting the same stuff done regardless. Like no matter if I'm super motivated or no matter if I'm feeling the worst I felt all year, I'm going to get up and do the same stuff. I'm going to record YouTube. I'm going to do my check-ins. I'm going to train hard. I'm going to make sure all the clients are good. I'm going to turn up for the clients' calls. I'm going to make sure I'm there for Cody to help him with his side of things. It's all of that, boys, that I will do regardless. And I would switch into that mindset as quickly as you can, because I think when you genuinely get into that, that is the key to success, in my opinion, is just turning up no matter how you feel, because otherwise you're just leaving it to chance, right? So that is pretty much where we're at, boys. We'll get some training in there, but I hope you've enjoyed a bit of a random one, fellas. That is what's going on in the life. They are the goals. They're what we're pushing towards. So that is genuinely what I'm waking up every day to do. So I'll take you on with me for the journey, boys, and that is it. So please drop the video a like if you watched this far. Drop me a comment if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you are interested in coaching, the link is in the description. Just literally head there. I'll be in touch with you today, whenever this is for you. If not tomorrow, by the absolute latest, whenever you fill it in. If you fill it in like at 12 o'clock at night or something, then I will be straight to you. So thank you very much for watching, fellas. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.